Hi, everybody. My name is Kobe Warner. Welcome back to another episode of KOBLIZZY. I am so happy to be here, and today I am actually going to be doing something a little bit different. But before I get into the topic, as per usual, I have to talk about the song of the week. And you know, it's so funny. I was so busy preparing for this episode, I actually didn't get a song for the week. So let's just do it like in the moment. Let's do it like as we go. Oh my god, the America Has a Problem remix with Kendrick Lamar is fire. Really love that. I'm really loving Put It on the Floor by Lotto. And I really like Conan Gray's new single, Never Ending Song. Super 80s pop vibes. With Max Martin and Ilya. It was a collaboration with Max Martin and Ilya. So that's cool for Conan. It's like a really like cool pop banger. I used to watch Conan Gray's YouTube videos like a million years ago. So it's kind of wild to see like all that development and such over the years in the artistry and how big he's gotten. And I really love his clothes. He really be eaten down in the fashion department. Remember I did a What's in My Bag a couple weeks ago? I'm about to get out my little Hannah Montana pouch so I can get some lip balm. And some of this. There's this place called the Oil Bar that my friends, there used to be one in Savannah, but they closed it. And my friends from Savannah took me there. A little ASMR vibes. And they closed the one in Savannah, but there's one up here near Atlanta. And I went and got like a Dior Sauvage dupe. It's mixed with Lafayette number 9. Something by Lafayette number 9. Or I don't remember what it is. But it's really delicious smelling. Anyway, that's just random. I just need some lip balm. But yeah, so those are my songs of the week. That's just a couple off the dome. But now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. I'm a vegan, but the meat and the potatoes of the episode, irregardless. My top 12 Tiny Desk performances. The reason I'm doing 12 is because 12 is my favorite number. And I'm kind of as crazy about 12 as Taylor Swift is about 13. So I will be doing 12. And I'm going to start. They are numbered in order. Kinda. I mean, they are in order. I don't know how accurate this order is now, but I'm going to go with it. So I just went through and ranked them. I have all the songs that they played. I'm just going to kind of talk about them. I really like Tiny Desk performances, and I have for the past couple of years. And so I was really just like sitting down and compiling a list of the ones that I've seen and loved and watched more than once. So I kind of had to rack my brain. It wasn't like I was like watching them all for the first time. So I've seen most of these quite a few times. I've seen all of these more than once. Most of them quite a few times. So let's just start with number 12. Let's hop right in. I think this is going to be fun. Somebody suggested before that I do like my all-time favorite live performances, and maybe I'll do that too because I love, like I can talk about award show performances. I can talk about like stadium tours and concert performances, videos, music videos. Just so many performance types of videos you can talk about. So maybe I'll like start digging into that stuff. But this is me dipping my toe in. Number 12 is Omar Apollo. Omar Apollo's episode of Tiny Desk came out like in light of his evergreen success on TikTok and that album. What's that album called? Evergreen. I actually really like Omar Apollo, mostly because he's hot, but his music's pretty good too. I feel like he kind of has like an affinity for not rhyming words though. I feel like he rhymes seldom. The album's called Ivory, and Evergreen, the song, was met with much acclaim on TikTok. It became like really, really popular at the time. And so he did En El Olvido. It's a Spanish song that's on his record that I really love. I love Spanish music. I can't speak Spanish. I can't understand Spanish. But I love to listen to somebody sing in Spanish. One time Kelly Rowland was on The Voice like a decade ago. And she was like, you could be telling me I look like a zebra or a horse or something. I don't know. A zebra. I don't think she said zebra. She said something like some type of beast. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what the hell them people saying, but it is so gorgeous to me. I love Spanish music. So En El Olvido is beautiful. Then he did Evergreen, this popular one. And then he did Petrified. And then he did my personal favorite, Endlessly. I really like that one. The song and the live performance in the Tiny Desk is really good. So Omar Apollo comes in at number 12. He did those 4 songs. I just think he's like super attractive. It's not even just his, like, he's cute, like, to look at, but something about his vibe. Like, he has a lot of riz. So I really enjoy Omar Apollo, and like I said, it's a lot of, that's why I like Jack Harlow so much. It's the vibes. I mean, actually, Jack Harlow's new record is really good. His new record is really good. Like, I really like it. I've been listening to it a lot, actually. But before that, I was really just running off fumes with Jack Harlow's The Pheromones, because it was certainly not What's Poppin' that was making me love Jack Harlow. You know what I mean? So that's Omar Apollo, number 12. I like his Tiny Desk concert, and he's a really cute guy. Number 11 is Billie Eilish. The reason she's so, like, far down on the ranking is because she only did 2 songs. It was during quarantine, and she had, like, a cardboard cutout of the Tiny Desk behind her, and Phineas, her brother, was there with her. And so they just did My Future and Everything I Wanted. But it was really gorgeous. And they played, each song took like 5 minutes. So it was like 10 minutes long. But it was short, but it was pretty. And I really like both of those songs. Billie Eilish has like a really gorgeous voice. I know a lot of people say she like whisper sings or whatever, but she really is a good singer. Everybody sings differently. And the way that she sings, she's very good at. Number 10 is Raveena. I actually saw Raveena live with my friend Renee in Atlanta at like this really small venue, and the audio honestly was not that great, and it was really hurting my ears. It was like really loud, but I couldn't hear what was going on, if that makes sense. It was like too loud to understand. It would really hurt my ears. And then right after that, I saw on Twitter that all her like tour stuff got like stolen out of like their trailer, which is crazy. So I don't even think she finished the tour. So I was, well, maybe it's not a terrible. Anyway, I'm not going to be shady, but that audio was bad up in there. Maybe it was just my venue in Atlanta, but my ears were hurting. But anyway, Raveena, actually, Tiny Desk is where I discovered her. And it was I was really watching Tiny Desks heavy in the pandemic, and one of my favorite songs of 2020 was Milk and Honey by Raveena. It's called Honey, not Milk and Honey, but that's the hook. And I really like that song. It's my favorite. She also did Bloom, and she did Still Dreamin'. It's funny, I have the notes on my phone, and they're also on my laptop right in front of me. I didn't even realize they were up here this whole time. I really like Still Dreamin'. So, yeah, I like Raveena. She has a very, like, she's a vibe. You should watch these. Maybe I'll put all these Tiny Desk in a YouTube playlist, and I'll link them. So you can go to my link tree, KOBLIZZY.com. All of the places that you can listen to this podcast, all the places you can listen to my music, my modeling portfolio, a recent feature that I've had in a local Atlanta magazine called Voyage ATL, an online magazine. You can see my feature. All of those things are linked in my link tree at KOBLIZZY.com, but I will also make a playlist of my top 12 Tiny Desk concerts and link them there as well. So all of those things will be there. You can go to KOBLIZZY.com for all of that stuff. Back into the ranking. Number 10 was Raveena. Love all 3 of those songs, Honey, Bloom, and Still Dreaming. Number 9 is Olivia Rodrigo. All of the songs that she played are from her first album, Sour. She did Good For You first. She had 5 women, maybe not 5, but she had a bunch of women on guitars. Like, there was an exuberant amount of women on guitars. And so they all had acoustic guitars. I think they were all acoustic. And anyway, they played Good For You and Traitor and Driver's License and Deja Vu. Good For You is a bop. Sour, when that record came out in 2021, I was still in college. And it was like very important to me that summer. I wasn't in school at the time. It was the summer in between semesters. But I have very formative memories to Sour and about Sour and with Sour. And there's some really sad songs on here. My favorite actually is the saddest song on the record, Traitor, ouch, or Favorite Crime, Jesus Christ. Favorite Crime was my favorite, like, back in 2021. It's a gorgeous song. Traitor, I think, is my favorite now, but both of those songs are so gut-wrenching. And yeah, so I really like Olivia Rodrigo's first record. And she was actually just teasing her second record coming up on Instagram the other day in celebration of Sour's 2-year anniversary. So happy 2-year anniversary, Sour. Also, I'm super excited for Olivia Rodrigo's second album. And I'm super excited to talk about number 8, which is Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan sings her face off down to the ground. Honestly, she should probably be higher in this ranking. I just really like all of these 12 people so much. So it's kind of, maybe I should say in no particular order, but I'm still gonna kind of go with the ranking thing. But anyway, Jasmine Sullivan just sings her face off. She melts your face off. Like, she's just ridiculous. She's so good. All of her records. I've recently went on a conquest to listen to all. I think she has like 3 or 4 albums. I wanted to listen to all of her records on. I say records all the time, but I'm on Apple Music or Spotify. But I've been using Apple Music recently. I wanted to listen to all of her albums all the way through. Yeah, she has 4. Fearless 2008, Love Me Back 2010, Reality Show 2015, and then Hotels, which is a 2021 record. And then Hotels Motels, the deluxe version, came out in 2021 as well. Yeah, Jasmine just is that girl. And she did all songs from Hotels on this tiny desk. She did Bodies, which is the intro, one of my favorites. She did The Other Side, love it, gorgeous. She did Lost One, that was the debut single from this record, Hotels. She did Girl Like Me with her at the end. There's the biggest fucking bug! I hate bugs! What do I do? Okay, don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I hate. I hate bugs. I don't even know what this is. What the fuck? Get out! I don't want to get it. It's moving! It's moving! It's on the cord. It's on the microphone cord. Stop! Stop being a pussy, damn it! Stop being a pussy! Stop being a pussy! Stop being a pussy! Stop being a pussy! Oh my god. I just lost 20 years off my fucking life. That was the worst thing I have ever gone through. And when bitches say, oh, you're scared of bugs, refer back to this clip. Yes, the fuck I am. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Jasmine Sullivan concluded with Girl Like Me, with her. I'm like, is there a bug in my drink or something? That's how paranoid I am. Once I see a bug, I think there's bugs everywhere. Oh, God. Oh, my God. And right as everybody leaves the house, too, so nobody can come get it. Usually I'll call my mama. Oh, my God. Okay, so Jasmine Sullivan concludes, I don't even want to sit on the floor. She concludes her tiny desk with Girl Like Me with her. But right before that, she plays one song that's not from her 2021 album, Hotels. She plays Let It Burn, which is from her 2015 record, Reality Show. And I really like that one. Yeah, Let It Burn is one of my favorite songs by her. So, Jasmine Sullivan is my number 8 tiny desk. And I'm so stressed out. And now I'm going to move on to the number 7 tiny desk. It is Alicia Keys. Like, y'all are seeing my tweak out in real fucking time. And I'm not retaping this episode either. I don't give a fuck. Number 7 is Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys has some of my favorite live performances of all time. But I'm not going to mention those. I'll save those for that video or that podcast, rather. I will talk about my favorite tiny desk performance of hers. She's only done one. She did Show Me Love. This was after her 2020 record. I forget what it was called. I think it was called Alicia, actually. Just Alicia, her first name. And when that record came out, I listened to it, like, immediately. I remember listening to it, like, as soon as it came out. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. I just feel like if you don't not like bugs, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm built different. I'm a little like Bobby's World. Like, I infantilize. That's not what that means. I like make shit bigger in my head. Anyway, Alicia Keys did Show Me Love, Gramercy Park, and Underdog. Gramercy Park is my favorite from that record, Alicia. I really like that one. I've always liked it ever since it came out. And then she took an audience request and she was like, do y'all want No One? And they were like, woo! And they were like, do you want Fallin'? And then the people screamed like I did a few minutes ago when that bug was up in here. And so she played Fallin', and it was so good. So if you haven't seen Alicia Keys' Tiny Desk, it's a classic. You definitely should give it a watch. That was number 7. Number 6. My number 6 Tiny Desk is Lizzo. Excuse me. It's a stress burp. It's a stress burp, I promise. Let me drink some alkaline water. My dad was like, drink some of this. Oh, this has some ice in it. I didn't even see it. How's this fridge that cold? It'd be freezing the water. My dad was like, this alkaline water is so smooth. And I was like, whatever. Water doesn't taste different. But this actually is really smooth. I'm literally like shaking a little bit. I cannot imagine how ridiculous I looked like 2 minutes ago. My big 6'3" ass screaming over a goddamn beetle or whatever the fuck that shit was. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, Lizzo played Cause I Love You. She played Truth Hurts, and she played Juice. Senior year, Lizzo's record, Cause I Love You, not only was it one of my favorite records of the year of 2019-2020, but it was also Cause I Love You, the song, was the song that Jack and I got into a car accident to on our high school campus, as I have previously mentioned. And so I have a special connection to the Cause I Love You record, but I have a super special connection to the Cause I Love You song, period. So I really like Lizzo, and I really like her Tiny Desk. And my favorite thing about Lizzo is her live performance style. It's almost like church for self-love. It's very empowering, and it's very like uplifting. She's a lot of fun. She's joyous. She laughs. She has a good time. And she's funny. I don't know if I said that already, but she's funny. So Lizzo's charisma is really her number one strength on stage. But also, Lizzo has been a subject of a lot of fat phobia recently, but she always has been. Let's be real. But very recently, I feel like it's been so ridiculous. I feel like everybody's just talking about her specifically. And I want to see y'all get up and do 2 hours on stage. Like, shut up about Lizzo being fat. Like, who gives a fuck? I don't get that shit, but that's a whole other episode. Just leave that bitch alone, please. Like, Lizzo doesn't bother nobody. All she does is try to uplift people and make them love themselves. That isn't a crime. We don't have much time on this earth. We should appreciate and value ourselves so then we can appreciate and value our time. If we spend all our time hating ourselves like you'd rather us do, like you do yourselves, all those hateful trolls, whatever. Number 5, Lizzo's was great. Number 6. Number 5 is Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, she said, I'm doing a concert, baby. She did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 songs, 8 songs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, I really can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she did 7 songs. I really can't count. She did Riller. She did Freak Nasty. She did Cash Shit. She did Big Old Freak. She did Hot Girl Summer. She did Fucking Around. And she did Money Good. Now, these are some of my favorite Megan Thee Stallion songs because I started listening to her during the pandemic, and that's when a lot of these songs were coming out, and some of them had come out like right before the pandemic. And so when I was going back and listening to the songs, these were the ones that were available because like this Tiny Desk is a little old. It's not like the super new stuff, her newest songs. And so, yeah, I rewatched this Tiny Desk this morning just to like prepare. I rewatched some of these, the ones that I hadn't seen in a while, because like I said, I've seen most of these a gazillion times, but some of them I haven't seen in a minute. Some of them I haven't seen in a minute, excuse me. And so I watched it again, and I was bopping Megan's. I'm like, she had a live band, and there was no vocal track. And not like that's like, oh, like singers, a lot of singers don't use vocal tracks, and sometimes they do, you know, when it's like a pop singer or whatever. But rappers usually will have some sort of track because rapping, people don't think rapping's hard. Maybe some people don't. People who don't get it. But like rapping takes a lot out of you because it's usually like rapid fire vibes. And like that shit's easier to do in the studio because you can break it up in takes. Like even like I like to do nowadays, I used to cut up takes like Billie Eilish style, but then I heard Doja Cat say like I always like to do the whole verse in one take. And so nowadays I'll try to do verses in a take. Even when you break up the verses in takes, that makes it easier. To do it all in one full pass live is hard. And so Megan Thee Stallion, she was hot and she was sweating, she was, blotting or whatever. But girl, she was giving it. She every word, baby. There was no track behind it. I thought that was really impressive. Because even when I have some live performance tracks for my rap songs, they have like a track for the chorus of the songs. So like I'm run shit is because I'm dominant. They call me cocky, I call it confident. Kobe, bad bitch, synonymous. Forgot your name, you're Vanana. Wanna be like me, that's why they talking, trying to take me out. That's what they plotting. Obsessed with me, that's why they stalking. I'm a power forward, call me Giannis. That's all me, right? But then when it's Kobe, that's a bad bitch. That's tracked, and I'll sometimes go Kobe, that's a bad bitch. All these niggas. Holla, that's a bad, you see what I'm saying? And then that kind of gives me a rest so I can then get in the verses. Not a fan of the bottom, usually I'm top and never had no complaints. My dick is prominent, specialized in the pussy. I'm a gynecologist, fucking niggas get money, then do the opposite. You know what I mean? Right? I found a new nigga, he's your brother, vibes. Anyway, so Megan Thee Stallion 8, I love her Tiny Desk. She's number 5, and she did a lot of songs, more than anybody else on this list. Number 4 is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's Tiny Desk stands out because she did it by herself. It's just her and at some points a piano, at some points a guitar. She writes most of her songs acoustically on one of those two instruments respectively. And so the idea was that she was going to bring them back to their roots about what they were wrote and before production and all that fun stuff. So it's just her, which I really love. This was the Lover era, so she did The Man, she did Lover, she did Death by a Thousand Cuts, and then she did the cult classic All Too Well. At this time, it wasn't a Taylor's version. At this time, it didn't have a 10-minute version, but it's always been a classic for the Swifties. And so I like Taylor's Tiny Desk. I wish she would do it again. I think her newer music is much more suited. I mean, any of her music works because all her music's acoustic compatible. But her newer music, like Folklore, Evermore, baby, that would be a fantastic Tiny Desk. Even Midnight. So get into it, Taylor Swift. Do another one. Do another one. Do another one. Number 3 is Lizzie McAlpine. We're in the top 3. Yeah. Lizzie McAlpine featuring background vocals from Tiny Habits. I love Lizzie McAlpine. I love Tiny Habits. It's Lizzie on guitar, and some songs Senya from Tiny Habits is also on guitar. Dual guitars, playing guitars at the same time. It's very ethereal vocals, very quiet, sing-songy, but it's gorgeous melodies, beautiful agility, and great harmonies. They did Ceilings, which is the TikTok famous song, They did All My Ghosts, which is also from the Ceilings record. I forget what it's called, but it's her newer album. Oh, 5 Seconds Flat. That's what it's called. So Ceilings and All My Ghosts are from 5 Seconds Flat. She also did Weird from 5 Seconds Flat last, and then third, I keep going out of order, but it's because, third was an unreleased song called Emma about her sister. So 3 of the songs were from her newest record. One of the songs was unreleased. Her first album actually has some of my favorite songs by Lizzie. So, I would say do another one, but she did the Tiny Desk after the album. She just didn't want to play any of those songs, you guys. She was promoting the record, but I would love to hear some of her first album in the context of like a Tiny Desk concert. But she has a million acoustic live performance videos, so maybe it's pointless. But anyway, love Lizzie McAlpine, and I love that Tiny Desk. Number 2, this one is like, ooh, this is my favorite. If it weren't for number 1s being so untouchable, number 2 would be number 1. You know what I mean? Chloe and Halle's Tiny Desk is ridiculous. And after seeing Chloe live a month ago in Atlanta, and seeing her sister, I'm like, yes, I love them. But baby, this Tiny Desk has been on constant repeat since 2020. Like, not a joke, just a fact. They did Don't Make It Harder on Me, which is my and also all the songs they're performing are from their record Ungodly Hour, which came out on June 12th, 2020, my 18th birthday. Formative memory. I've mentioned this before, I know, but they did Don't Make It Harder on Me, which is my favorite. They did Baby Girl, they did Do It, which I love. They did Ungodly Hour, which is probably my second favorite, and they did Wonder What She Thinks of Me, which is probably tying Ungodly Hour for my second favorite. They're all my favorites. They're all my favorites. I love Chloe and Halle, but again, there's something about the folks that put a little bit of special sauce on that performance, and they put some sauce on that mug. Drop that ass to the flow. Here's to the pretty young thing with the big old goes. We ain't gotta. I'm scared I'm gonna see another bug to this moment. That's why I'm starting to like really try to get through this. So number 2 is Chloe and Halle. Their Tiny Desk is phenomenal. I love Chloe. I love Halle. I'm so excited to watch The Little Mermaid in like a couple of days. It comes out. the cast record, the cast recording, that's Broadway. What do they call it for movies? The I don't know, soundtrack. The soundtrack for the movie is out. I was saying cast recording like it was a Broadway show. But anyway, it's out. I haven't heard the whole thing. I've only listened to, obviously, Part of Your World like 20 million times since it's come out. But I also listened to the one where she was like, she taped it on TikTok. Ah! She was like giving, that was really ugly. She was giving vocals. And so I listened to like 2 songs that Halle sang, but that's all I heard. So I'm excited to watch the movie, and I keep thinking I'm seeing bugs. I'm crazy. I'm so excited to watch the new Little Mermaid in a couple of days. And shout out Jodie Benson. Jodie Benson is a legend. The original Ariel. I love that lady. Like, I am so obsessed with her. I don't even think she could understand. Like, I am so obsessed with her. That's number 2, Chloe and Halle. Number 1, drum roll please. My number 1 favorite Tiny Desk of all time. And it will never... Hear me when I say never be topped unless Beyonce does a Tiny Desk. And even then, it would be stiff competition. Miss Yeba. Miss Abby Smith. Miss Yeba. Ever since her Tiny Desk came out, after her album Dawn came out in 2021, I mean, me and my friends at the time, we watched that Tiny Desk probably 3 times a day for 6 months. Like, and that's, I wish I was I don't wish I was exaggerating, to be honest, because I love it that much. Yeba is so good. I can literally, like, vocally transcribe probably her entire main vocal line for that entire performance because I've heard it that many times. I love it so much. I'm so obsessed with it. There is nothing like it, and there is nobody like Yeba. I'm still looking for bugs. I love Yeba so much. I'm so excited for her to put out some new music sometime in the future. I hope. You know, Yeba's one of those people. She's unconventional. So she didn't even release physical copies of her last record, so I couldn't buy it on CD. I was annoyed. But she doing things different. So she's gonna take her time on that record. But whenever she wants to put out some new music, my ears will be here to listen. And until then, I'm gonna comment on every single one of her Instagram posts. Yeba is like one of my favorite, if not my favorite singers of all time, period. There's nobody like Yeba. There is nobody like Yeba. She did Stand, All I Ever Wanted, Distance, how many years? Can you stand the rain? When da dum dum da dum da dum 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 dum. How many years when it take me back to all I ever wanted was you. Did you think Yeba was in the room just now because I sounded so uncanny? You have to watch her Tiny Desk. If you don't know Yeba, you should listen to her music. It's very, like, musical and kind of, it's academic in a gorgeous way. She does some crazy shit. You're like, how the fuck does she do that? But she does it in a way that is so performative, and I don't mean that in a bad way. She's so entertaining, rather. Her choices are so intriguing. Yeah, she's a masterclass in vocals. And she is an expert in uniquely delivering her message. And you feel everything she's saying, but she also has, like, access to so many different vocal qualities, breathy and loud and guttural and growling and whispering and whistle tones and head voice and chest voice and, like, the lowest lows and the highest highs. And the gorgeous vibrato, fabulous straight tone, all the air in the world, incredible breath control. She can hold phrases for 30 seconds. It's ridiculous shit. She's a fantastic singer. So that's number 1. And honestly, you guys, I'm so stressed ever since I saw that fucking bug. I have to get out of here. Like, I have to go. I hope you can understand. So I hope you enjoyed my top 12 ranking of my favorite Tiny Desk performances of all time. And I hope you enjoyed the chaos. Maybe you can get some entertainment out of my literal panic and anxiety, because that's all that this was. I'm, like, still stressed out. I don't want to be on the ground anymore. And I'm going to vacuum the entire house. So yeah, thanks so much for watching or listening. KOBLIZZY.com for everything, including the playlist that has all of my favorite Tiny Desk performances on them. All my music, all the places you can listen to this podcast, my photos, articles about me, all my personal playlists, my email, all my social media platforms, bitch. There is no reason for you not to go to KOBLIZZY.com. So in the meantime, while you do that, I'm going to go cry over that beetle or whatever that was that I saw a few minutes ago. and then I'll upload this episode. But I gotta cry first. So bye, bitch. I gotta go.